Hi, my name is Judge. Just finished making Legend for the month of July here with a very strong performing Secret Mage. It's a very high performing deck, but I don't see many of them around. Objection and Counterspell are so polarizing because they are so hard to play around, and it really wreaks havoc on a lot of opponents. And this deck was just fantastic. Did very well. Please watch, enjoy. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe button for me. Here we go. What do we hope? I think we probably hope that it is Shadow, right? How many of them are Shadow? Very few in my experience. In my climb, there's been a lot of Control Priests. This is pretty good if it's Shadow, but let's look for our 1s and 2s. Let's look, particularly our costumed singer. There you are. And which one? Prince Renethal, Control Priest. All right. Let's do this. We're going to need ourselves an Infinitize the Maxitude anytime. And you can do some pretty whack stuff against Control Priests using Queen Ashara. You know, for the sake of recording, I hope this doesn't happen because it takes like 45 minutes. But what I have done with this deck against Priest before is play Queen Ashara into Shuffle 5 with Savara and then rewound it a few times, taking rewinds as often as possible with Infinitizes. And then you just keep shuffling cards into your deck. Let's go ahead and play Cosmic Keyboard. I think I'll do that first. They'll make this trade, do a thing, and we might just come right into a Counterspell. Getting Secrets back, particularly Counterspell, and we'll see. If they don't coin, we probably won't. But if we do play Counterspells and Objections, we can sometimes stop some really good stuff that Priest does. Yeah, probably not going to counter a coin over here. Perhaps I will... I'll probably just Vast Wisdom. I don't really want another Explosive. I'll just Vast Wisdom then. That just takes up room. Maybe a Snap Freeze for removal with my locations one day. It's also cheap. Vengeful's a secret. Cheap secret for Contract, probably. Even though it's just going to get removed for 1 mana anyway. And then we'll just play that. Idea here is we can go Vengeful, Explosive, and Contract, and that's nice and early, but not as enticing as much against a Control Priest. Identity Theft is cracked. They probably take Savara if they can manage. Okay. Assuming they have a Savara. Let's do the thing. Let's do the thing. If they saw a Counterspell, they might be scared to try to do too much here. I'm going to remove that because I want Vengeful to stick around for my synergies and also to be better than a 1-3. Start with the coin or nah? No, I'm just going right into Vast Wisdom. Doesn't matter. I mean, you have so many resources, it just doesn't matter. Didn't want to test for Counterspell with 2 secrets against a Secret Mage. That's fine. Nope, that's not the light it burns. They could have even gotten one from Vast Wisdom. Okay. Welp, I could do a Counterspell. It would stop them from coining. Something like Clean the Scene, which is okay. Could also just come into Vast Wisdom. Play Savara.
A conundrum.
A conundrum, indeed. I think with this board, I even am okay stopping the coin a little bit more if that was their last turn. So let's Vast Wisdom first. Grab... I want to say a Jellyfish over an Ice Barrier in this match. And another Counterspell is fine. And I think I'm going to play... Yeah, let's just play this Counterspell. It's okay if they know what it is.
On the dotted line.
On the dotted line. There it is. Good job. You found it. You found it. But this stops Dissonant Pop, Harmonic Pop. Flash Heal, you say? Flash Heal, you say? And now I also have my second Counterspell if they don't find the removal here. Right? Because the big one is at 6. The big removals are at 6. Explosive does some good damage there. Cool. Still have my Vengeful. Vengeful is just going to stay up a while in this matchup. And with chatty bartenders and another conjurer and stuff, that's okay. Alright, definitely want to play another counterspell here. So we'll see what the top deck is. If it's an objection, that'd be just perfect. Sanctum would be decent too. Costume Singer, yep, that works. That works. Go counter. Singer. And why don't we hero power this out of existence and ship the rest of those face. Excellent. And we got the Ashara in hand with a fair amount of spells here with Savara as well. So obviously they're going to have a bunch of healing. But Queen Ashara into our weapon to deal an extra 10 is really nice. And you knew they were trying to set this up. And that's completely fine. Flash heal their face? I don't know, they're gonna just not learn. I don't know, maybe just... Hey, if you're watching this and you're playing against Secret Mage, consider using the coin for counterspell. How much damage do we have? 8, 9, 12? Objection looking pretty good with that 0 mana contract as well, but I think this ought to be enough.
We have plotted long enough.
With Vengeful for an extra 3 potentially as well, depending on what they do. They'll probably just clean my scene. They lost their second flash heal. So let's just do this. Two objections. If they do, like, 2 objections is very nice too if they do find their way back here, stopping their Colossal, stopping their sister. Another flash heal from Vast Wisdom, okay. Here comes Harmonic Pop. Clean my scene, either way. Okay, we're gonna want to mix in the weapon and an objection then. If I do this, I get a 0 mana secret, and I can do polymorph on this. So let's do this then. Do I ever want to play counterspell instead of an objection? I don't think so. But I'll do this.
Our little secret.
Objection for Colossal. And they also have the coin still, because they didn't use that last time. Savara and Conjurer. They might destroy this weapon, which would be pretty tragic. Whirlpool. Okay, we don't have Counterspell, but do we have Lethal? I would need to cast too many spells here, right? But I can do Vast Wisdom could get there. Okay, let's start with Vast Wisdom. I don't have my Infinitize drawn yet, so I'm going to take that in case this game goes a little too long. Flame Geyser is probably what we want here. Does that actually give us lethal? I would have 6. I'd play the 1/3/1. Let's see. Boop. So they're down to 4. Easy peasy. That's boop. Fish. Bolt. G frickin' G, Control Priest. That's nice. That was a nice game. That was a nice game. I like that game. That went very well for us. I think our opponent should test Counterspell with the coin, but even still, you know, that was a lot of good stuff there.
All will serve me in death.
Indeed.
My music will wash over you.
So there's no shot that Chatty Bartender will live through an objection, like they'll play a thing. I don't think you keep those. Cool synergy for later. I want my spells to be 0 mana, my secrets. Corey and Trevor. As a Canadian, I get the reference. Do you guys watching? Surely, many of you do. Okay, cool. And it is blood. Oh, that is so less cool. I go right from a Control Priest into a Blood Death Knight? Okay. Okay, then, let's start with the Alchemist. More stats on that. Can't let them have an Infinitize the Maxitude. I'll take an Explosive Runes. I'll just draw my Infinitize. They might think I'm trying to debate them by waiting. Yeah, I feel like you probably just go for it there. The risk is not worth turning that down, right? Okay, go Wyrm. Why can't my secrets be 0 mana? Why can't my secrets be 0 mana, deck?
Little time.
Where you followed?
It's Secret Mage versus Secret Death Knight. Okay, I would love to play that. This and get the secrets rolling. And I'll just ship these to the face for now, that's fine. They'll probably... Let's see if this person starts with the coin to play around Counterspell. See if they think it's worth it. I wonder if they're grilling up some cheeses while they're playing, right? Maybe that's why they're taking so long in the beginning turns. They're sitting there on their phone with their greasy grilled cheese hands and then trying to flip one, probably one in their mouth or something. I've been there. Okay. And a rogue secret you choose. I wonder if it's drawing. Could be perjury. Drawing, perjury. This and see what happens. Why don't I trade this first, see if it is cheat death. It is not. And then perjury versus plagiarize. I don't think you'd normally plagiarize this early. So I think I'm going to risk this. 'Twas double cross. Alright, get another secret in my hand. Need to see my... Against control decks, I really like to see my Infinitize the Maxitude volume up. Could help us get it. Savara would be good. Nothing really... Like, we got secrets, great, but we don't have any of the, you know, even vast wisdoms to try to get some stuff rolling here. Coin is coming out, so we are more able to play counterspells now. Okay, interesting. Coin just to get it out of the hand. There's our volume up. There is our volume up, which I could decide to use just now. And honestly, in this matchup, I think if, like, the importance of getting that Infinitize the Maxitude is pretty huge in this match. So I'm going to do this and hope we draw it. There it is. Nice. Ice Barrier and Vast Wisdom. All right, buckle up. Alrighty. Now one of our main fears is getting hit by an early Alexandros. Trying to figure out how to develop enough tempo to not just lose to fatigue in this matchup is also a tough one. Why don't we... And then freeze. I need to get impactful things coming with this. Reverberation, Life Sentence, or Frozen Touch. Am I gonna get enough minions for this? I think I'll take this early. Take the Frozen Touch early. Oh, Alexandros. Alexandros. Oh, Alexandros. Oh, that is excellent news. That gives us a lot more time. Now we just die in fatigue. Okay, no Muncher hits the 2-2. And gets hit right back, so I can just play a secret around that if I wanted, and it looks like I do want to do that. Why don't we do... No objections yet. Do this. Counterspell. Could do 2 Chatty Bartenders right off the bat. That's pretty interesting with Counterspell here. Because they can't play a Soul Stealer yet, is the big one. That's the stuff right there. That's the stuff right there. Really, you'd rather this stuff live and get your extra card and health, eh? Plans on healing? Well, which spells do I want back? And I guess I'll take an Explosive back. And just an extra Discover is fine. Rewinds, again, already thinking about our Queen Ashara later as something. We also have Frozen Touch with Jellyfish if we can think about ending this game early. Again, I think it's early enough that I grab the Jellyfish.
I've heard enough. Just between us.
Alright. And my guess is they're going to slam a Soul Stealer here and not care, like, you know, if it's objection, it's objection. It's not objection. With the opposites of objection and counterspell, it's often tricky when they have such big stuff. Viper, they will trigger Explosive. And they should know it's not objection now. And we'll get counterspell in there too. Oh my goodness. Oh my good heavens. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I gotta just go face here. Or Worm. I can Jellyfish the Worm. I can Bolt to the face. I can Frozen Touch to the face. And I can play the Ice Barrier. You could argue I also could have used the Hero Power button, but that wouldn't have been nearly as cool. Oh, that was nice. 2 just disgusting games of crushing these control decks. I don't actually see that many Demon Hunters out there, which surprises me. I don't think... Most of the Demon Hunters I see are actually not Relics, which blows my mind. Relic has been so good for me. I think we want to make sure we're trying to start on turn 1. And we do get our Costume Singer, which is good. Obviously less good against a Demon Hunter. And let's get drawing some secrets. Okay, a little gap on turn 2 here, unfortunately. Objection, a good one to get back with you, though. Okay, well, Infinitize the Maxitude it is, sure. Let's go. Now, I still could be playing a quick deck that gets wide. Fire Sale, I think I'm going to go Fire Sale over Arcane Defenders here. Just a little bit too expensive. So I get one of those back, and then I play Objection. And it is Relics. It is Relics. Okay. They're going to coin right away, too, eh? Sir Finley, they're unhappy with their hand. Alright, Relics, Relics, Relics. Relics, Relics, Relics. How do I beat Relics? Find Blizzards? Alright, play an Objection here. They may hit this button and play a spell to get 2 1/1s and 2 2/2s. Relic of... I don't know what. I play the deck all the time. Phantasms, that's the one. Decided not to hit the button, though. I wonder if they want to definitely save that for drawing? Or what the reasoning behind that is, but it does mean we can play a 0-mana 6/6, which is handy. As much as I want to get that Orion down, I think this is the way first. And this is never safe, so we'll just use it to draw our Ice Barrier. That's nice to get out of hand. I'm pretty sure they thought that was a counter spell, and they were saving for another one of these or something. So they'll just do deal 1 here with another Relic. Or they'll use this one twice. Ah, more Phantasms, gotcha. Okay, perhaps it's time for the Fire Sale, Infinitize.
On the dotted line.
So let's do this. Grab another counterspell, try to stop as many of those relics as we can. And depending on this turn, sometimes before Relic of Drawing, they have a little bit of a slow turn. That's a great objection. Although now, and we still keep our explosive, so this Orion actually becomes really difficult to handle. Oh, and there's another counterspell. I am a big fan of what's going on here. So let's do this. Counter. Now we have a stopper for everything this deck runs, really, right? We explode this and get a new secret. Nice! You love when an Orion goes off, eh? This is great. What else do we got? Oh, objection. The best one. It's over. It's over. It's over! Oh, they're gone! They left! Unparalleled! Oh my good heavens. That's pretty good. And they didn't even trigger the counter spell. So why don't we add another objection to the list? Oh, you gotta love it. Oh, you gotta love it. I mean, not if you're this person, probably, but you gotta love it. That is just textbook. That is just textbook. That's how they draw it up at home. Oops. They'll draw and it won't matter. Yeah, bye. I'm glad we got one of those games on our climb, you know? As a guy posting his games to YouTube, you love to have that game up there, right? Oh, just gorgeous. And, heya, it's a Death Knight. How do we feel about a Death Knight? I think we feel that if it's blood, we want Infinitize the Maxitude. And if it's not blood, this is a good enough start without the Conjurer that we are okay to keep it with keyboard. So let's do this and see if they become larger. Interesting. A little bit awkward sometimes with this, but they do not become larger. They are an aggressive lad. Okay. Worm. And simply coin this bolt out. Both coin and bolt are actually pretty good to get back from this. And then I'd probably come right into keyboard counter. Nice. That is nice. Gives us time to set up our keyboard. Which is definitely better than Infinitize. I think I see a lot of mages misplay with Infinitize. Not that it's not it's a fantastic card. It's so strong, just infinite value forever. But knowing when to use it and when to lean more into tempo is pretty important. So that's pretty nice, because now I can counterspell, gain a Chungus. And if they just do a minion-based turn, such as Hawkstrider Rancher, then we can just play the Bartender. And they're not even... What is this? To remove the 3/3? Yeah, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Heia's gonna give us a free pass to Legend over here. Absolutely, we're gonna go with Chatty Bartender here. Even if we could have a better Chatty Bartender later, the earlier we gain tempo over an aggressive class, the better. And we'll see what we can do if it is unholy about getting an objection up for Marrowgar. Okay. And it is Frost. We'll counter their extra mana, which is actually pretty solid here. And trade into this egg. And hero power. I think that's a really good play for tempo here. Sure. Army of the Dead. Okay, as long as it wasn't going to be a randomly discovered Scourge, we were going to be okay. It's a lot of... That's really strong for them, but it doesn't hit me in the face right away, which is nice. Play this. Get a 2/2 from Infinitize, and then coin a Bolt. Arcane Defender is probably pretty good in this matchup. And yes, we will still do this. Just keep ourselves as healthy as possible. Like, you can't just cheese your way around with a Frost Worm's Fury around Arcane Defenders. Nor that, right? So I do the Defenders first, and then... they might run Mass Silence. Come to the Ice Barrier after that, though. We still have the Objection, too. That's a tough one to handle here. Marrow Manipulator and right, like weapon in, 2/2s in, Marrow Manipulator has to be the way. These don't give corpses. That's a great objection. And yeah, they can't Marrow Manipulator there if they don't have a 2-drop, so. There it is. Absolutely crushed. Absolutely crushed by early tempo. I think it's a matter of balancing your shenanigans with some actual real tempo. I mean, to be fair, that's a good philosophy for Hearthstone in general. And we done it. Legend with Secret Mage. Huzzah! Wow, 423, that's pretty high. If I were watching this, I think that's good enough that I might even hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up button. Appreciate you doing that, everyone. Thanks for watching.
My name is Judge.
Whose name is Judge?
My name is...
Whose name is Judge?
My name is...
That's a silly name.
Judge.
Okay, that's enough.